This is a video for the Annie Goodwin Syndicate. Well, guys, we took Bruno to the Carolina International horse trials in Southern Pines over the weekend. Bruno contested the 3-star short, which was a very, very easy contest for a champion 5-star horse like Bruno. Obviously, I decided to make it a little bit easy for us after our very unexpected run-out/fall at the Brucersfield Grand Prix eventing. Obviously, that fall and the run-out, I've sort of been scratching my head and trying to figure out what the hell where did I go wrong? Looking back on it, I don't think I schooled Bruno enough. Obviously, he's so accomplished. I probably didn't do too much cross-country practice training leading into Brucersfield, and then all of a sudden we got there and it's this massive, wicked hard course with tight turns and accuracy fences. Also, looking back at Bruno's competition sort of history, I mean, he's just done mega event after mega event after mega event. You know, he did Poe 5-star. The event before that was the 4-star at Tryon. The event before that was the Paris Olympics. The event before that was the mandatory outing. And poor old Bruno's been tested over and over and over again. So it was luxurious actually riding him around the 3-star. The dressage was great. We're getting better and better. So we got a 26.4 in the dressage. We're saying that so he should. It's a 3-star test, but he's very, very well trained. It's a little bit confusing for the horses, these advanced horses, to do a 3-star test. Like the first centre line with Bruno in this competition is a canter trot, and every other competition Bruno's done has been canter halt. And then there's no flying changes in this test. There's only canter walk and walk canters, and in a weird kind of way, it was good actually, making sure all the transitions and the adjustments are good. But the judges loved him. We scored a 74.8% from the judge at E and a 72.4 from the judge at C, getting a 26. Obviously, the most important, or the whole reason for this going to this competition, which originally wasn't on our plan, was to make sure that we had a very successful, confident cross-country round, which I'm glad to report he was perfect. He was a little bit too aggressive, actually. I think he's used to the bigger jumps, and I gave him a little bit of a light tap with the stick in the warm-up just to make sure his mind was on the job, and he was like, "Oh, I'm going, don't you worry about me," and he was a little bit aggressive and fast at the cross-country, so I didn't go balls to the wall. I mean, I sort of galloped along nicely, but I didn't risk his health or, I think we could have quite easily won this competition. We were in first place after the dressage and after the show jumping, and had we wanted to win it, we could have sprinted him around. But I'm just keeping in the back of our mind, soundness is important, confidence is important, and his rideability is important. He's funny enough. He's as brave as a lion in the cross country, and sometimes because I've run him quite quick at a lot of big events, he gets a little bit strong and sort of pulling me in the cross country. So you'll see a little bit of that on the video today. I think we're on track for Kentucky 5-star. The real fitness work starts now back in Pennsylvania, where probably every 5 days he'll start cantering up or galloping up the big hills here. He felt really, really fit actually at Carolina, but it was only a 6.5 minute course. Bruno came out and typical Bruno fashion, wowed the crowd in a perfect show jumping round. He is such a pro in the show jumping. He careful and scopy, and great thing about it, I feel like we're just so in sync with each other, and even the warm up, like we sort of have a very same warm up pattern. in the warm-up arena, and I like to get off him actually about a horse or two before I go in and just adjust my saddle, and we both take a breath, and he knows when the last jump's coming up, and in we go. And I have to tell you, it's just a joy to ride him in the show jumping. He is sharp. He pounces off the ground. He's bold to the fences, and just super careful. And this is easy for him. I'd say this was a metre 20, so quite easy for Bruno, who's a fantastic jumper. So after the dressage and show jumping, we were leading the pack. It was a pretty strong field. There was 45 horses in the field, and he was obviously probably the most experienced in the field. By saying that, it was actually funny. His cross-country teammate, HSH Blake, was one before us. So our other teammate from Paris, Blake, was there, and Cooley Nutcracker was in the 4-star. So the whole Paris Olympic team was there. And Bruno was very good. He was a little bit strong and keen at the beginning of the course. So I just tried to sort of hold him back a little bit. And the ground was quite good. I don't think we would have knocked his legs around. The only part of the course you'll see in a bit is there's a lot of sort of steep uphills and downhills. My biggest focus was a right turn to a left corner, which was what our problem was at Bruce's Field. And the great news for us is that there was a very sharp right turn to a left corner coming up in a minute, and there wasn't even so much as a flinch from Bruno. I put my whip into my left hand here because I knew that the jump was coming up. And my plan was to give him a little touch with the stick on the left-hand side of him as we jumped. But 3 strides out, he was locked in and jumping. So this is the left corner here. It was a similar right turn. And he was just perfect. By saying that, I've probably jumped that sort of turn to a left corner 15 times since Bruce's Field. So I in my heart of hearts, guys, I do think that was a one-off. I was wondering if he, lost a little bit of confidence or something, but after riding around Carolina this weekend, I mean, he just danced around it. And actually our biggest challenge was not letting him get too fast or brave to the jumps. This was a pretty tough coffin, and
down to 12 ABC. The park
was very, very keen to it.
Fedarman B just a superstar.
So our next event will be our final run before the Kentucky Horse Trials, Kentucky 3-day event. I plan to take him to the Stableview 4-star short. That's on April 5th to 7th. That's obviously back down to South Carolina. So unfortunately, with the schedule the way it is, we have to ship him quite a lot, which is not ideal, but there's no other good preparation event close to Kentucky up our way. He's a good traveller though, and I like being back here in Pennsylvania just because the gallops and the fitness work is so much better. We just got 3 or 4 different gallops we can use with big long hills, and if the ground's hard we can go to the synthetic gallop. And obviously one of my biggest concerns obviously with Kentucky is the distance and the hills in the cross country. But I don't know, this guy just feels on it at the moment. He's fit, he's happy, he's healthy. And he just danced around the 3-star short here at Carolina. Anyway, guys, we'll give him an easy day or two, and then back to work here in Pennsylvania. And we'll turn him around in 3 weeks' time and head back to Stableview and put the finishing touches on Bruno as we get ready for Kentucky 5-star.
Super.
What do you think, Waylon? Is he going to take the win here?
No. He's just going nice and steady. He's just gone nice and steady. Like, yes, it's been efficient, but I haven't seen him really go for it, and I wouldn't see a need.
That said, even though he's not, doesn't look like the pedals to the metal, he's not really wasting a whole lot of time, though, is he?
No.
Quite smooth, giving this horse a really good, solid round.
But you would expect to see a rider looking down at their wrists and going, okay, where am I at? Okay, well, he's gone inside the tree here. I mean, we haven't seen a lot of that. So he's being efficient. He is definitely taking the tighter line, and now that can be, that can be deceiving when you're talking about making the time.
You told me in Aiken, you're like, what's the point of wearing a watch? You just got to go as fast as you can go. That's a different competition.
For me, it's something like this. I got to make sure I haven't gone too fast.
Right. You and Ruby are speedsters for sure, and Fedarman B and Boyd.
Fantastic.
Beautiful round. Just very safely over the last jump here.
Beautiful bit of riding from Boyd.
We will bring you his score as soon as we get it. Boyd looks quite pleased.